Welcome to our Soulful Leader virtual gathering. My name is Sahar Nafal. Today, our topic is on money and spirituality. Thank you for joining us. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Soulful Leader virtual gathering number 8. I'm so happy to be back. It's been 2 months that we have paused in order for me to regroup and re-energize. And our topic today is one of importance. It's about spirituality and money, or money and spirituality, especially during our time right now. A lot of us are going through some hardship financially. We're going through uncertainties. There's a lot of things that are happening collectively. And today I'm going to shed some light based on my experience from the past 4 months, things that we could do to call in abundance. So let us begin. Thank you all again for coming. I see my friend Debbie is here as well. This is wonderful. Thank you all. So money and spirituality is our topic. How being abundant within creates more abundance in your life. So welcome to our October 29th Soulful Leader virtual gathering. My name is Sahar Nafal, founder of the Soulful Leader community. I'm a soul guide coach and your host for this glorious morning. Please take a minute to write your name, city, and the country you are joining us from, because I saw so many of you from different states and as well from different countries. So let's go ahead and in the comments, go ahead and write down, where are you from? So whether you are brand new to our Soulful Leader community or a longtime Soulful member, I welcome you to our Soulful family. It is in my native tongue of Arabic, ahlan wa sahlan fikum. Thank you for your presence. It is truly a gift to all of us because collectively we bring in more divine energy to each other. See, the Soulful Leader virtual gathering were created the first week of April. During these uncertain times, to bring together a community of soul leaders, light workers, and those of us who are creating change on this earth right now and committed to that change as well. The Soulful Leader community is where voices are heard, stories are told, and lives are transformed. Whether or not these unprecedented time makes sense to your logical mind right now, just know that right here you are safe and you are loved and you are seen and you're acknowledged. And I invite you to enjoy a soulful space of loving connections for at least the next hour and a half. My favorite quote, it goes like this place where you are right now, God circled on a map for you. So you are here for a reason. You are called to join us here for a reason. Because this idea of the soul family is about, again, coming together collectively, strangers from across the world with different backgrounds, ethnicities, culture, faith, and beliefs unite together in community, a community where you all belong. So welcome. So on this call, we bring a well-needed topic, money and spirituality. Again, how being abundant within creates more abundant in your life. And this is another quote that I love. It goes like this: your soul is infinitely abundant. Even though I can't hear you, I'd like for you to repeat after me. My soul is infinitely abundant. My soul is infinitely abundant. What a beautiful saying to start the day with. So, few housekeeping. Again, please make sure that your phone are muted. We're going to have a chance, an opportunity for all of us to share our beautiful voices, ask questions. We're going to be doing some shares, and towards the end, I'm going to be able to support and guide some of you during my soul guidance communication or process. So I look forward to see who is ready to be supported on a deeper level later on. And then we will be opening soon our calls for anybody who has any questions. Well, towards the end anyhow. It's so nice to see all of you here today. I just love having so many of you here today from all across the United States. And I know we might have somebody here from Switzerland will be joining us, and Dubai as well. So again, welcome. So I love seeing so many of you joining us this morning because, you know, the more people that we get together, the more people who are on the spiritual path that gather, there's more spiritual energy that will flood the earth. It is what will heal our planet. And believe it or not, this is what our topic is about today, because when we are healed on the inside, our outside will flow with ease and grace. And not only are we going to attract money, but we'll attract abundance from every color, every flavor of abundance. Because this is how it is. I always start our day with a meditation. So I'm going to go ahead and do a meditation, a combination of two different teachers, which is Master Stephen Ko as well as Yogananda. So I've combined a little meditation for all of you, and I want to extend an invitation for those of you to join us. Even though that we might not hear you, but we could hear you in spirit. So let's begin. Put your hands on your heart like this and be still. And I want you to repeat after me. I'm not the body. I'm not the emotion, not the thoughts. I am the soul. I am a spiritual being of divine intelligence, divine love, divine power. I am that. I'm connected in one to my higher soul. I'm connected in one to the divine spirit in me. I am a child of God. I am one with God. I am one with all. There's only one. There's only oneness. First, I want you to take a deep breath as we do this together. I want you to keep your attention on your heart and feel the greatest love that you ever felt for another person. Let that love saturate every cell of your body. Now I want you to expand the feeling of love like an encircling sphere, embracing your family, all your loved ones. Continue to feel your love ever increasing, including in that sphere all the people in your city, then all the people in your country, now everything in the world. I want you to envision the globe and send beautiful pink light, flood the earth with pink light, bathe it with the love that you're emulating from your heart. The whole earth, send it love, the solar systems, the galaxies, the island universes, everything that is floating in this vast sphere of love. Take a deep breath as you meditate on this love. Merge yourself in that love as well. Surround your whole entire physical being with that beautiful blood flooded of love all over. Feel it from your crown chakra all the way down to your feet. And again, continue to send that love to our Mother Gaia, to Earth. Flood her with that love. And everything, anything that is on Earth, every being, every animal, every mineral, every plant, everything that is on Mother Earth right now needs to be flooded with love. Let's flood all the people that are having hardships, that are going through some circumstances beyond their imagination. Let's flood them all with love and send them goodwill. Let's also love our families that are going through health issues, anyone on this earth, no separation. Let's flood everyone that is in need right now of love. And I invite you throughout the day, dear ones, throughout the months, throughout the week, to continue to hold that expansion of love for yourself and for everyone in the world. May your life be filled with the love and bliss that is always waiting for you within your soul. And so it is, and so it is. This was good. Thank you so much for joining me on this meditation. And we are going to begin. So I want to start by saying that Um, this past few months have been a journey for me. I've decided to take some time off because I have been receiving lots and lots of downloads of new information that needed to be shared with the world. And I can't wait to share it with you. And it has a lot to do with also, abundance and money. Let me tell you a little bit about how our day is going to go. First, our intention for this conversation is to show you some of the work that I have been guided to share with you. There is a process called the Soulful Leadership Archetype, and how each of it, in its own unique way, will reflect on who you are and what you're doing right now. Also, when I talk about the current nature of your money mindset based on the 100 sessions that I've completed, and I'll share with you that story of that as well. I know many of you have done and been in this session with me in the past 4 months. And then how you have the capability to actually alter your energy to your current money mindset reality to invite more abundance into your life despite of your circumstances. And then I'm going to invite my dear friend Jan Jorgensen, who is going to share with us how your voice is your greatest ally and the key to manifestation, throat chakra, right? And how serving humanity right now can support you call in the energy of money and more income. And I'll be sharing my own story and the journey of where I literally started with nothing in the early on when the announcement has made, and now what happened and how the flooding of money is coming my way. And I'm going to share all those tools with you today. And towards the end, for some of you who choose to stay afterwards, we might have the time where within the hour and a half, but if not, some of you, and I do this every single time, we'll have the opportunity to experience an intuitive guided sessions for those perhaps that have not. And I'll be sharing a little bit more about that as well. So I want to check in, see how everybody's doing. Let's see. Thank you. Thank you. I want to see that more and more of you are joining us. That's awesome. Thank you for being here. I so appreciate you all. Janan is here from Illinois. Maria's here. Okay, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is awesome. More and more of you are joining us. I see that Rita is here as well. Hello, Rita. That's awesome. Thank you for coming. Carla is here. Excellent. Monica again is here. I saw one more person I haven't seen that is here as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so I'm going to take a deep breath. So I'm always looking for signs as I go deeper into my spiritual growth. And what I started to notice is the way that we have been trained and conditioned and to believe how our world work is not necessarily true. If you agree, put the word agree in the comments. Like what we have been told from society, from our conditioning, our upbringing, our beliefs, our religion is not true, right? There are two emergent qualities in human beings. And when we tap into these two qualities, we could function in a more ease and grace as we magnetize our weight to the world. So a better way to uplift and support and serve humanity without the pressure of the pain of us hiding or working too hard or just doing the same old thing over and over and over, like many people have been doing. And I have been seeing that. So here are the two emergent qualities. Feel free to go ahead and write it down. Number one is first a sense of connectedness and intuition, and to be able to listen to the voices around you and to be able to act on those voices using our intuition, right? As you listen, even before that, it's about us asking, and I'll go deeper into it, okay, in a little bit. But we need to listen. The second one is once we listen, right, to the voices, There is an understanding that you and the universe are connected in a deep way beyond that just hard working and producing, right? And then to create synchronicities and movements. So I made it a habit to listen to the universe as much as I could. This is really one of the most important keys. In addition to listening, there's also other qualities that I'll be sharing in just a little bit. But this morning, I invite you to listen. I really invite you to listen because the listening aspect of it is not just about listening to the noises that's in our thoughts and in our mind. It's about listening to the invisible voices, the invisible messages that spirit, our guides, are constantly communicating to us. And when we listen and when we take action, when we do upon whatever it is that we listen to, that's when life begins to become easy, becomes with ease and grace. Things will begin to flow to you. And my story started when I came here from California in March and the news of the pandemic was released. I found myself, in whirlwind, just like many of you. And I had just moved back from California and I lost all my coaching clients and I could not even enroll anyone to work with me. For 3.5 months, ladies, I had no income and I was devastated, but I stayed the course. I stayed the course. So I didn't know what else to do other than go inwards. I went inwards. And I thought to myself that perhaps there was a reason for all of this change, you know? And then it dawned on me that if I started all over again and asked for what I wanted from spirit and fully surrender and trusted the process, after all, this is what I teach people. This is what I guide people to do for the past 15 years. So we have the tools. We just need to really look at the tools for us to get out of this whirlwind. And so my journey began. I asked, I listened, I received clear guidance from spirit that at this time I am to be of service to humanity. I was told specific information that I were here to support light workers, coaches, healers, change agents, conscious women like yourself who have done the work and have all the tools and wisdom and experience to usher in new ways to serve, a new way of being. Instead of doing, we are now moving into the new way of being. So a few weeks later, April 2nd, I facilitated the first Soulful Leader virtual gathering. I was told that I need to serve humanity. And so I did. And many of you showed up. Thank you very much. And boy, the shift began to work. So in June, again, I got more. I got more downloads and I got more because keep in mind, going inwards, it was March, April, May, June. And in June, I got more instructions from guidance. And this time, in addition to doing the Soulful gatherings, and these are all gifted to our community, that I were to do 100 soul guidance sessions. And I would to gift those to people unconditionally. And so the work began. And doing these sessions, I saw many of you struggling, unable to move forward in your personal or business life. And I became more and more excited to commit, offering more and more of these sessions to 100 souls with no monetary exchange, no expectations whatsoever, while I was still having issues and challenges with my money, tapping into my savings, borrowing from friends and family. I didn't know what to do. Everything just stopped. And many of you, I'm sure, relate as well. And the first thing that came to my mind is, how the heck am I going to find 100 people? And Spirit said, just surrender and trust the process. And this is another thing I want you to write down besides listening, is to surrender and trust. So I began to engage with my friends, my colleagues, my family members. People thought I was crazy. And by the way, I was supposed to do these sessions within 3 to 4 months. So that means almost one per day, right? Where are the people going to come from? But again, I trusted the process. And all of a sudden, invitations from people that wanted me to speak and offer that to their community came in. Friends and family were sending their clients, families were sending their family members. And before I knew it, my calendar was booked. There are certain months that I've done over like 31 sessions. It was crazy, but I needed to stay the course and I needed to continue, because when I asked Spirit, what can I do right now in order for me to call in more money? Spirit said, is to serve. And I couldn't understand it. And I thought the gatherings were enough because it takes a lot of time and effort to put these together. But Spirit said, nope, this is not enough. But during the whole time I was serving ladies, while I was serving anyone who was willing to receive the gift. I mean, I've helped, people from 16-year-old to a 95-year-old man, right? Construction workers, I mean, everyone. It wasn't like just for light workers or coaches. Anyone who was sent my way, I served. It was so delightful. It was so amazing. And I felt so much energy. I was not tired for the first time doing these sessions. Like I said, almost 30 per month. And I took the challenge. And miracles began to unfold in my life. Miracles began to unfold in my life. And the best part, like so many people were willing to receive my gift. And the feeling of me giving unconditionally, there was nothing like it. Many of you here are coaches and healers and service-oriented type. And you know how when you enroll people into your program and you sort of like there's an expectation, but with this, there was no expectation. It's like, bring it on, Spirit. And they were called the Soul Guidance Session that was also given to me because we were all in session with Spirit. And I'll explain a little bit to you for those of you who don't know how it goes. It might help you. So people were referring everybody that they ever knew to me. Right? So through the process of guiding these 100 souls, I have been witnessed and received life-altering information that expanded on just what I thought I was doing. And I began to listen again. Remember, I go, Spirit, I need help right now. Nobody's signing up for any of my programs. What is going on? Well, two things. What I recognize is that I no longer need to do what I used to do that exhausted me. And it was no longer in alignment with me. If you know what I'm talking about, if you're going through a shift right now, ladies, and if you feel like, oh, Sahar, I get what you're saying, like nothing is working for me right now, please put yes in the comments. Or I get it. This is what happened to me. That's why I needed to take a few months off, not in addition to be doing 30 calls per day, on top of people that began to say, yes, we want to work with you, which was so awesome. Like I was flooded. My calendar was flooded. And I said, but I want to do these calls with my community. Spirit said, just stay focused. So the process again guided me as I was doing these 100 sessions. I began to see patterns, right? And in my 15 years of leading and coaching and speaking and all this wonderful stuff that I do, this has been really the most eye-opening and fulfilling experience I've ever gotten in my life. And the message was always there. And this is the message for you. And I invite you to write this down, that this is your time to serve humanity. This is your time to serve humanity unconditionally and trust that the money will come in. It's from a new way of being, not the old way of doing. It's going to define your leadership role. as you serve humanity right now. It's going to define your business right now. And I was so grateful that I took these 2 months off before I come back, because I needed to redefine my role. So I need to show up as an example to each and every one of you. So let me go and look at the comments again. Woo, we are on fire. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Hearts, agree, agree, agree. Yes, I agree. It's so true. Let's see here. Beautiful. New way of being. That's right. I feel the loving, unconditional feeling. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I get it. I get it. I get it. So you understand what I'm talking about, ladies. And if there's a gentleman here too, excuse me, but I think there's more ladies here. This is awesome. Again, thank you for just being here. We have people from all around. Oh, Karen is here. Hi, Karen. How are you, sweetheart? Yay. All right. I love seeing these beautiful faces. All right, let's move on. We're on fire. So as I continue to do these sessions with guidance from spirit or higher self, I saw many images. So I received precise information and heard many stories about the state that light workers are in right now. I took note and I learned that there are patterns, threads of commonalities among everyone I served. And so with that, I was given a process to share. But before I go into the process of the archetypes, the 4 different archetypes that was shown so evidently as I do, I want to share a little bit with you, for those of you who have not experienced the soul guidance session, what the process is about. Because as I'm sharing what I saw, you're going, what the heck does that mean, right? So I'm just going to briefly share with you how the process went, right? And believe it or not, this process wasn't something that I did regularly. Again, it became into formation as I continue to do more of these sessions. All right. So what we do is we get on a call. They're 25 to 30 minutes. And I ask for guidance and support from our ascended masters, from divine guidance, from even past loved ones. Some of them will come through. And then I close my eyes and I do something called a body scan, where I energetically enter the ether of the body and I ask permission and I scan the body. And I see images of the situation of the individuals. Okay. And these images really represent their state of being and their state of doing at this time. Now, this is all brand new to now. Okay. It's nothing to do with the past or the future. I see it, what's happening right now, based on their how they're being represented. And I'll share a little bit more about that later too. Then the individual gets to ask questions and share their insight and whatever came up for them. We had people who were crying, who were emotional. We had people that were angry. We had people, like, different emotions would come up. Because can you imagine you being told where you're at energetically in an image of some sort? So all of a sudden you're processing stuff. And then spirit with their guides will give them a formula. It was called a formula because it was called a formula because spirit said it's called a formula. And what they need to do in order to have more clarity, move forward, release pain, clear their energy fields, and have better situations in their lives. And again, I'll be sharing some of these formulas in just a little bit. And then they get to ask questions, right? And they're also invited, if you're on this call, that you've done this session, they're also invited to really, really, really take these formulas seriously. And these formulas are for individual, they're by design, right? So I do this session, they're by design. And so not only am I just going to do a session to see what's going on, but there's also relief, which is so wonderful. That was literally one of my favorite things. And these formulas, by the way, because I listened, again, we're talking about listening, I would get like serendipity. I would open a book and there's something that one of the persons might need it. So I would text it to her sometimes, and then I would create a list of all the things all the ways in which I could help people move forward, right? One of them, for example, the most popular one was earthing. That's earth with ing, where people need to go and connect to Mother Gaia by walking barefoot on the grass, on dirt, hugging trees, communicating with the trees, communicating with nature. That was like the most popular one because we need to connect to the essence of who we are. And when we connect to Mother Earth, we connect to the essence of who we are. It was just different kind of formulas. So with that being said, I want to open the lines right now and hear from those of you who have done the soul guidance session. And I wanted to know, since we met until now, okay, maybe two or three of you, since we've done this session for you, it was June, July, August, September, and October. In June, actually, I've only done very, very few, like 6 or 7, but the majority of them were definitely no, September and October, like probably 30 of each of these months. So if those of you who are feeling like they're called to say, you know, Sahar, I want to share my experience, I would absolutely love to hear from you. So how was the soul guidance session? And I just want to also say thank you. You must have sent me like 10 people.
You're so welcome. We thank you.
Oh
Thank you
my
so
goodness,
much.
your friends, your colleagues, you were in a spiritual group, and all of a sudden I'm looking and I'm going, wow, look at that, Ronnie recommended. So thank you for your trust. And I would love to hear your
Oh my goodness.
experience and
I
your
trust you with my life, Sahar. You're amazing.
thank you. I love you. Thank you.
This, I love you. The session with you was phenomenal. And spirits and guidance, blessings, they all came through. They were wonderful. Advice that was given to me was to connect, and I'll say again, with my inner child. It
Hmm.
was work that I've done in the past, but for whatever reason, I've let go of that practice. And it was a reminder to tap in because of my own fear, anxieties, or whatever that was happening in my present life was all connected to my inner child. And so I did the work again. I check in with her. She's sucking her thumb. I tell her everything's okay. Or she'll say, look at me. And I watch what she's doing and I'm really proud of her. It has shifted me. And the reminder for the earthing, the grounding,
Hmm.
getting out in nature. I've taken it very seriously and I thank you for that. And when you talk about surrender and trust, I've stepped more fully into that. And I have felt called to do some volunteer work. I'm going to be a hospice volunteer.
Love that.
Now, I would say in the past, I would say anybody that does that, God bless you, but I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
Well, something has shifted and I feel called to do it. And I feel, even though it's volunteer work, I'm trusting I'll be taken care of. Money will arrive. And um, it's funny, the things that you said, the connection um, and what we're here for and to serve.
Yeah.
And that I feel called to do this. And so I thank you. I thank you for the session and everything that came out of it.
Oh, you are welcome. And thank you for being such a loyal follower and a friend. I so appreciate you, Ronnie. And thank you for sending all these souls, because here's the thing. She wasn't just thinking about herself. She was thinking of other people that could benefit from this as well. So thank you. Excellent.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anybody else would like to um, share? Go ahead in the comment, just say I. And I would love, love, love just a small share. And again, if not now, maybe later, you're called to do so, because it's important that we hear that these sessions that Spirit was guided me to do for you have shifted. I mean, imagine CJ. Oh, I love you, CJ. Let's go ahead and do CJ. They were just 25 to 30 minutes, and within such a short period of time, a shift, a life change what happened. So I'm gonna go ahead and spotlight you. Here you go, sweetheart. The stage is yours. Hi,
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful, thank you.
Good. I couldn't quite hear what you were saying. Can you repeat that?
I said, I just want to hear about your experience of the soul guidance sessions that we did together. What
Mm,
shifted for you from the time we did it till now? Just, you could just
okay.
share whatever in your heart, your experience of it.
Yes. It was an amazing experience because, I mean, I feel like I'm pretty close to spirit anyway. And this just opened up the world even more for me to a place where I feel really calm and really at peace
Mm,
and really know what my calling is and where my service lies. It was really amazing, Sahar.
thank you so much for sharing, CJ. I so appreciate you saying yes to this opportunity. And again, CJ has been a wonderful, loyal community member. So thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate it. Anybody else that would like is called to share just anything that manifested for you. I received so many amazing and wonderful testimonials, in fact, to a point where it made me cry, and I had to call a friend and tell her. I had to tell her, like, I'm bawling right now because people are healing. I'm crying because it was so overwhelming to my system. And the reason I'm sharing this with you ladies right now, it's not about me serving others and getting the spotlight, but I want you to know that each and every one of you have tools within you that can do that to others. I want you to listen. There are tools that you have within you, whether you have been doing this for a long time or just a short period of time, that you can get out of your toolbox and begin to guide others unconditionally and watch what will happen. And that's the most important thing, is like accepting the opportunity to serve humanity and saying, it doesn't matter, I just want to surrender because I'm guided to do it. And trusting that abundance will come in, because that's what's all about today, right? Calling in abundance. So I believe there may be one more person. Let's see who it is. Oh, let's see here. Okay, let's see, who is the one more? Do we have one more person? Okay, let me see here. Let's find.
Karen would like to share.
All right, who is it? I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
Karen?
Karen. All right, Karen. Thank you, sweetheart. Let me put the spotlight on you. And here we go. Hi, Karen.
Good morning, Sahar, and good morning to everybody else too.
Hello.
Hello, I just want to share my experience with Sahar. I was one of the 100 people that had the wonderful opportunity to meet with her for a soul meeting, and I've continued to meet with her, and she has been instrumental in keeping my spiritual life alive, because I'm starting a business and I can't tell you how much information she's helped me with that too, like from the Small Business Association to other. She's just been so helpful all around. And so I was struggling with maintaining my spiritual side because I can become like a workaholic. And she's been really wonderful in helping me to keep everything balanced, and also with diet too. And
Yeah.
I just want to say that I love you, Sahar. Thank you.
Oh, Karen, thank you so much. And thank you for your trust for me to move forward and help you on a deeper level. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Oh, wow. That's amazing. I appreciate it.
Mhm.
Always nice to hear what other experience. Again, thank you. Thank you. All right. Again, it's about serving. So this is going to be the first thing, is first we listen. And the second thing is we step into serving humanity. So let's move forward. Thank you so much, everybody, for sharing. And so the 4 archetypes that showed up, again, this is about us as spiritual beings connecting to the essence of who we are, so we're able to clear our inside so the outside will flow, right? And with ease and grace, and the outside will also flow with abundance, right? And so these are the processes that I have taken and I have done in order to me to arrive to where abundance is now flowing with ease and flow. So the 4 soulful leadership archetypes that I saw over and over in the pattern were the following. And I invite you to listen and to see which one you identify yourself with. Again, this is all to do with right now, because these characteristics showed up in the past 6 months for people. The first one is the hidden leader. There, I see them hiding and praying that this shall pass. This shall pass. And there are 2 kind of hidden leaders. There are the hidden leaders that fear-based and are hiding, and I'll tell you a little bit about the images that I see. And there are hidden leaders by choice. And these people, which one of them, I was a hidden leader by choice, is I went inwards to clear old limiting beliefs, connect to spirit, get some guidance, right? Also doing whatever it is, family attachment, this thing, everything, that I had to go inwards. And some of you may have gone inwards, so you're able to reconnect to the essence of who you are. So the first one is the hidden leader. So the hidden leader hiding, waiting, praying through that this shall pass because of fear, and sometimes the collective fear. And then the hidden leader by choice to clear old limiting beliefs and do the inner work with spirit. The second one is working hard leader. And I've seen a lot of working hard leaders, especially in our industries as service providers. They're doing everything they have learned in the past right now to get people to say yes to working with them, even using old formats, methods, but it's not working. It's not working. But their mindset is about, this is the only method that I know I could be successful, is to work very, very hard. And how I see you is you are really like on a roller coasters, working with multiple hands, running from one place to another with nothing is happening, even running in place, going in one door, out the other, and it's empty, empty, empty. And I was a working hard leader when I came. And when I panicked and when I thought, oh my God, I got to go back to how it used to be and start picking up the phone and following up and calling people. And I have this program, this program, this program. And believe it or not, no one was saying yes to me because it was the scarcity like I wanted, right? It was like, and people could feel your energy and you're working hard, working hard. So that's the second one. The third one was the wise leader. And the wise leader, they are very clear about their teaching, their message, their leadership role. And they have done everything for the longest time. And they have a specific way of serving humanity. But yet there is a curiosity and a question they're constantly asking. Is there something more? A deeper wisdom or a knowing to explore right now. Right? To explore like, okay, I've been doing this and it's been working and I've just been monotone like. And there's something that's brewing within them saying, okay, so I've done this and everything was working. Is there another level? And how I see you is as a plant, as a flower, as a tree, because they're grounded into their work. But yet there are still branches that need to expand and flowers that need to bloom. And last was the evolved leader. I didn't see a lot of the evolved leaders. These are people that surrender to everything. They have done it in the past. They have done their work. They fully trust the new way of being and their leadership, the new way of serving their highest purpose or calling. And they are serving from a place of being and leading and guiding and teaching. It's almost like a knowing that all will be well. I fully surrender. And the world has my back. The universe has my back. God has my back. I see the images of bright light, beautiful colors, angels with wings, It's like angel energy, right? They're very present, they're very light. There's joy, colorful floral dresses. And often they get visited by loved ones, and they get visitors from the past to tell them that they're on the right path. And so the evolved leader is what we're striving to do. We're moving into that. We all need to be evolved leaders. We all eventually will be evolved leaders. Can you imagine just surrendering and trusting to continue doing your work, but knowing that you're always taken care of? That money will flow to you with ease and grace because you're always in alignment with Spirit and God. And this is what we all are moving towards, ladies, is to become so evolved. I'm not saying that you're all not evolved. Again, these were given to you by Spirit guidance. It's about us being evolved and owning it. It's about us being evolved and knowing that I am here to heal humanity, and I'm just being right now. Just being. So the formulas that are given, but before we go into the formulas, I want to check in to see if anybody has any questions. And actually, in the comment, would you write which one do you relate to? Are you the hidden leader, hiding and waiting for this shall pass, and just a pause because of fear or the collective fear? Are you someone who is hiding because you're doing your inner work? Are you a working hard leader that is just working, and nothing is happening? And are you a wise leader who is so grounded into the work that they do and very clear, but yet there's another level? Or are you an evolved leader who is just surrendering to all? Love to see it in the comments. Beautiful. All right. New messages are on the bottom. Let's see here. Evolved leader. Oh my goodness, this is awesome. I know that I'm here to heal humanity with forgiveness work. Thank you. Excellent. Evolved leader. Wow. Wise leader, hidden leader. Thank you for being honest. Surrendered leader. I love that. That should be added there. That's the evolved leader. I love that. Wise leader. Thank you. Standing between working hard and evolved leader. I love that. And by the way, that could happen. I mean, you could go from hidden to working hard. You could go from working hard to hiding because you work so hard, nothing is happening, you hide. I mean, you could have a little bit of all of these. Hidden leader, beautiful. Thank you for sharing, ladies. Okay. A gifted leader through creating a culture of belonging. Thank you. Yes, a gifted leader. Yes, you are that. We're all gifted, but are you working too hard, right? Or are you hiding your gift? Again, evolved leader. Wow, Ivana, I love to connect to you, evolved leaders. Love to know what have you been doing in order for you to arrive to being an evolved leader. That's amazing because there's not a lot of evolved leader. Wise leader. Okay, beautiful. Yes, hi, Isla. Thank you. Wise leader, beautiful. You're ready to take hidden leader. I'm working hard leader. Pamela, thank you. I know I'm here to heal humanity again. Thank you, CJ. Evolved leader. All right, wise leader, hidden leader. All right, perfect. So I'd like to, before we move on, we only have a half an hour left. If anybody has any questions about any of the archetypes, please feel free to raise your hand. I'll be more than happy to answer them because I do want to have interaction with all of you who might even have a question in regards to who you are. In fact, I'm going to, towards the end, I'm going to do some sessions. And so you get to see me live for those of you who have not had the opportunity. And you'll get to see it in action, but I'll do it really short. I'm not going to be able to take all that time. But if anybody has any questions, please raise your hand or feel free in the chats to let me know. All right. So let's move forward. And because I have a guest speaker who will be sharing in just a little bit, I'm so excited for her. So the formulas that I usually are giving, and I'm just going to do an overall. I'm not going to go into each and individual ones. Is the clearing their bodies from energy detoxing, especially right now, like removing unwanted attached energies that are not theirs, especially because of the collective. Remember, we're all energies, and when the collective, there's a lot of uncertainty, scarcity, fear. As us light workers, of course, we're all empaths. We are gonna, and that's, I think, one of the things that happened to me, and I know many of you could relate. We pick up other people's energy, so we help detox. We do cutting of the cord ceremonies for people as well. Again, connecting to and grounding, doing earthing. There's a video on YouTube called Earthing, or there's a movie documentary. Please go see it. It's just so fascinating. Again, hugging the trees and connecting. I just heard, I think from Tracy, she said that if we touch a tree, we get like vitamin C from it. So I've never heard that before. So thank you for sharing that with me, Tracy. But the energy of the tree that's grounded on earth will help us ground. I do this all the time. I know I do my videos from nature with you. Protection when going out. Oh my gosh, if anything, you all need to be protecting yourself, envisioning a big light over your head and surrounding your whole entire physical body with the protection of light. So when you're out and about, there's boundaries and nobody could enter your field, okay? Your body, your etheric field. And then also, there are many formulas as well. They're by design. Okay, again, cutting of the cord, boundaries with family members, releasing relationships that are no longer serving them. I must have helped at least 7 people leave very unhealthy relationships. I'm talking about like literally abusive relationships. So it's a blessing for me to be able to do that. And I saw it without them telling me. Inner child work, just as Ronnie shared, family entanglement work. And, I don't do the family entanglement work. Our association with our family, I refer them to Natalia, who will be sharing a little bit in just a little bit with you about that. She's going to be sharing the relationship with money and mother. Also, upgrading and adding new rituals to reconnect, to like rituals so you could stay connected to spirit and guidance. Meditation, obviously, that's like the number one. In fact, I upgraded my meditation to where I'm doing 2 now. It's not just once in the morning, but I do 2 and I'm expanding them because that has a lot to do with your connection to spirit. So those are some of the formulas that spirit has given. So again, they're the hidden leader, the working hard leader, the wise leader, and the evolved leader. And as you look at these, can you connect with each archetype? Again, thank you for sharing. And what is your relationship with them? So that's a question you need to ask yourself right now at this moment. So this is just a small glimpse of these archetypes. Just a reminder that right now, to remember who you truly are, and to remember how that specific archetype may or may not be something that you need to stay and release, right? I want to share one of my favorite testimonials, and I don't know if she's here with me, but that's the one that really like made me cry, because it wasn't about it was about the overwhelm that I had to call my friend about 10 o'clock in the evening to tell her I need someone to hold space for me. Keep in mind, abundance continued to come. Okay, and I'll tell you in a little bit how it started to come to me. But the shift and that's coming through me, that's helping humanity shift, is what brings joy to me. It's not the money that people saying, hey, I want to invest in working with you, or all of a sudden unexpected income that I've been waiting for comes in, or you get this big lump sum of SBA loan, or something, somehow people support you and send you money because of this or that. I mean, it's just becoming so much abundance coming in. But it's about me serving humanity and how my soul and it's so fulfilling. It's so fulfilling. It's like, I love doing these sessions. And I notice that when I do these sessions with people, I'm not tired. Believe it or not, you know what I'm talking about. Like when you serve human, when you do your sessions, you're always tired, exhausted. I'm not tired. I get more energy. I get more energy. Because if there is clearing that needs to be done, it's done. It's done in the session. I help them clear, right? I yawn. You know, some of you have yawned a lot because I'm doing some clearing for you. So I feel rejuvenated. But here's my favorite testimony. It says, Dear Sahar, I wanted to thank you for gifting me a soul guidance session. I have noticed that my pain seems to be improving each day. Today has been nearly pain-free. What a treat to have a good pain-free day. It's been over 20 years I haven't felt this good. Thank you. Also, I still plan to smudge and clear my house because that's the formula I gave her. 20 years of pain. And what happened is Mother Mary came through and Archangel Raphael, and they did this blessing for her. And I've done some blessing, but nothing like that. 20 years of pain. She has a rare disease. I didn't even know I had that capability, ladies. And I literally was bawling, listening, reading this. And I want you to just feel into this. Feel into the beauty of how magnificent it is to serve humanity and come from a selfless place and be able to give. And then all of a sudden, the gates of abundance will start coming in. Now, during this time of doing these sessions, and I typically ended them with, if you have any questions, please let me know. And I would follow by checking in to see how everybody's doing. About 15 to 20% committed to working with me, clients. Now, outside of the other incoming abundance that was flowing in, I ended up hiring an assistant. I hired a business coach, marketing person that's going to help me launch my new business model. And not so long ago, I was guided to do an online program, which I used to do, but this one is going to be fantastic. And I did my calculations. Within the last 4 months, I have called in over $65,000. And the reason I'm telling you this, and I was hesitant whether to tell you the number or not, is because it's not about the money. It's about you trusting, listening, following guidance, and serving. And everything will come into place. Everything will come into place. It's become such an overwhelming, beautiful experience for me. And I wanted to come on here and share it with you because if it is possible for me, where I started with 0 in March, it could be possible for everyone. It is a proven formula. And I am not any different than you. I'm not. Each and every, actually, some of you have been in this for way longer. Some of you, and I'm not saying you better or not, have been really serving humanity on a much, much, much vast way, right? You're movers and shakers. And if you are in any way hiding or working hard and nothing is working, service is the way to go. Service is the way to go. Taking a deep breath. Does anyone have any questions or anything to share? All right, beautiful. See, Jenny's here. Hey, Jenny. Jean is here. Hey, Jean. Love you guys from Ohio and from different parts. Thank you for showing up. Thank you. All right, let's move forward because I have some people that would like to share their wisdom too. It's not always about me. So next I want to talk to you. What happened is a new process was birthed to help to move forward, right? And it was called Alter. And this was, by the way, just 5 days ago. Again, I was just sitting, I go, okay, so we got the archetypes. We're very clear about it. What's next? And Spirit said, okay, just listen. And I was just listening to, getting prepared for this. I was just listening to a lot of teachers and videos and YouTube and just really enriching my mind and just listening to what is the angle in which I want to do this spirituality and money or money spirituality and which teacher I want to bring in and what is it that I want to share with people, and all of a sudden Spirit said, we'll just create one for you. Literally 5 days ago. And it's called the altar process. And they gave me the alphabets one at a time, and I had to come up with, or with their guidance, come up with what are the letters, like the acronym means. And these are steps and examples of acquiring wealth and how it works, and how you have to have the capacity to shift your energy to alter your money mindset and the new reality to invite more abundance into your life right now. So I was given a formula, right? And I believe the next step is to take each of these archetypes and do an alter formula for each of the archetypes, because everybody is different, right, by design. So as you continue to raise your vibration energy and understand that your system is all energy, everything is around your energy, you continue to clearing your portal. And there's some exercises that I'm going to be sharing, some ways I'm going to be sharing just a little bit that are under the altar process. Your vibration as you rises and the fields open, and more abundance will come through. So the altar process is A is for ask, L is for listen. We've been talking about that. T is for take action, and E is for engage and implement. And the last one, the most important one, is receive, R for receive. So ask, listen, take action, engage and implement, and receive. And before we even go into the asking, the number one is the asking, and I'm going to invite Jan to share with us how asking, using your voice, your throat chakra, can call in more abundance. I just want to pause and say, before you ask for what you want, you start by being grateful for what you have right now, and authentically grateful. The first thing that I do when I wake up in the morning, I say, thank you, God, thank you, God. Thank you, God, for using me to serve humanity right now. Thank you for everything that I have. I'm grateful for everything that I have, everything that I am right now. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Spirit. And then you begin to ask. And you ask your guidance, your divine supreme God, your divine father, mother, spirit, elders, spiritual elders, holy masters, saints, archangels, earth angels, spiritual helpers, loved ones, your guides, Allah, God, Mother Mary, Christ consciousness, whoever you believe in, you begin to ask. And when do you ask? You ask when you're guided to ask. You could go in nature and sit down, bring a book and start writing questions, right? The questions that you could ask is like, or even before you go to bed, you write down a question and you get it in your dreams. I do a lot of astral dreaming, right? There's something called active imagination, that it's just the process of asking and having dialogue with spirit. You could do it verbally and you could do it in writing. Going to nature again, verbalize and ask, like, okay, Spirit, I am here in this space, like I did. I asked. I'm grateful for everything that I have, but nothing is happening. There's nothing that's coming in. What can I do? How can I serve right now? That would be a great question. Asking also through meditation, right? Asking through meditation. I know many of you are wise and you're constantly in meditation asking. I would love to hear how you're asking. If you could put it in the comments, how are you asking? I would love to hear from you. Beautiful, excellent. For great energy, knowledge. Thank you. Love you for speaking on money culture. Thank you very much. Beautiful. Thank you. Wonderful lesson. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Beautiful. So please do share. How do you ask for what you want? What is the form in which you ask for what you want? And speaking of asking for what we want, right? I want to go ahead and introduce my friend, Jan Jorgensen, who just got married. Yay! Congratulations, sweetheart. Jan is the RNMA and CMP. She's a messenger, a visionary for the new paradigm with a focus on the rising voice of divine feminine. She's an author, workshop leader, founder of the SOAR for Women. I invite all of you to go and be part of the SOAR for Women, and a creator of the voice release process. And she helps leaders speak up. Really, she's going to be sharing with us right now is how our voices are a great ally and the key of manifestation. All the way from Washington, let us welcome to the stage my dear friend Jen, and many of you have met Jen before, and the stage is yours, maybe about 10 minutes. And again, please listen. What she has to say is very, very, very important, right?
Thank
Especially
you,
right now.
Sahar.
Yay, let me
It
go ahead
is,
and
it
go
is,
ahead and put you on the spotlight. Here you are.
hello, everybody. It is so wonderful to be here with the emerging leaders. And you are the leaders of the future. And Sahar is a leader of leaders. I've always said that she is a force of nature and understands the structural aspects of things. And now she's a force of heaven. And the reason we women can't access everything is we have this bottleneck right here. And Sahar Nafal is the one that it's pulling it away so that we can embody and become the true essence and ring our voices out as bells of truth in an increasingly insane world. So thank you for inviting me. My work is related to activating your voice of truth in its authentic purity, so that when you speak, it rings out and people are relieved that someone had the courage and the confidence to speak the truth. In fact, my sense is, and through what we'll be talking about, is that each of the women on the call today and the women that I work with have promised to come to Earth and use their energy field. This is each of us is a conduit for new higher vibrations and resonances to shift the harmonics of the world and the hearts. And we're going to do it through our voices. So that's the good news and the bad news. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. But let's have a visualization that we are reclaiming our sovereignty. We are reclaiming when man fell from grace, he began speaking from his head, not from his heart. So we are making a vow to become queens using the feminine principles of life that Sahar has outlined so perfectly. And what are they? Trust, service above self, listening, connecting with other people. So let's just take a little moment, take a deep breath, and imagine that you are claiming that you will speak from your heart and you will be a megaphone of light and realignment out into the world. So I taught for years at the Sound and Consciousness Institute, and I'll tell you why. Because I was an egotistical singer. I was a nurse, and like, I believe it was Ronnie wants to work in hospice. And when you are in that rarefied, sacred environment, you can't think about anything but service to others. So when I began singing, I couldn't think of how am I doing? How is my voice sounding? I entered a state of grace and I said, I am done with life as I know it, and I must understand. And now I understand it is the divine flow of energy that is wanting to come through our bodies and resound itself in this earth that has had a dearth of feminine energy for quite some time. So your voice is your calling card to the world. And that is the good news and the bad news. What I learned is your voice holds your expectations, your beliefs, your worthiness to actually even receive. And I've worked with scientific systems. One is called the porticle, where I can show a woman to the exact percent degree that her words and her intended message is lining up physical, mentally, and emotionally with her own body. So if we are out of alignment and we have old family wounding and issues, when we're speaking, we're creating dissonance and misalignment. And we tend to create the same patterns and relationships with people unconsciously. So what we do is when we speak, we're actually sending out our own pattern. Have you noticed that some people really like your voice and want to be near you? It might be from a different lifetime and familiarity, but what it is your voice actually holds a harmonic pattern. And I can measure your harmonic pattern. And I can tell you where you give your power away, if you're exhausted, if your adrenals are tired. 20, as a nurse, I've learned that 36 basic decompensation patterns within your voice can show me where your emotions are in this moment and where you are headed in a disease continuum. So all of this voice work, of course, was to serve myself, because when I was little, I was so afraid to speak up to my father. And I always felt I have to say the truth. So my greatest fear and Achilles heel and issue became my greatest gift. So I began working with scientists, and I learned that words are just the surface of the message, that we must align it with the most important thing, our intention. And intention comes from our whole body and our hearts. But then there's still another layer. Again, if we are broadcasting out, for instance, if your mother didn't trust men, you will entrain and inherit that resonance pattern, and you'll go out your entire dating life expecting and receiving a man who will betray you.
How about when it comes to money?
Exactly the same thing. Am I deserving of money? Have I had money? Do I screw up with money? Can I receive it? Do I know what a real bank account is like? Do I know? Is it in my bones and in my belief system? So one thing you can do is pick someone else who's good at money, because their vocal patterns hold it. So by listening to your path today, Sahar, people are seeing a jungle gym, a possibility, a foundation, a vibrational foundation. But where I went with this next step, this is the spirit part, that was science. I said, Spirit, can you show me a way for these unconscious old feelings of unworthiness? I can't receive money. Money is dirty. Spiritual people don't take money. Can you help me pull those roots out for people that don't even know that they're putting out that record? The record just keeps playing and they have the same issues. So they showed me that they called it voice release. An archangel came and showed me that if a person is displacing matter in the 3D world, that as a sound adept, and that is my gift, I can hear the exact sound, and I go in this density within a person's soma, within their body, which is a megaphone, and radiating out this energy. I simply hear the mitigating note and I send it into their body like a little dental drill of resonance to dislodge it. However, the woman is active herself, where she opens up and she sounds her harmonic, and I meet it in the wounding. For instance, my fear of speaking up to authoritative males like my father. If a woman has that same signature, we come in and we meet it, and gently, and it pops out. And Sahar, I've done this in circles with
Yes.
your people, sexual abuse,
Yes.
money issues, and mainly
Yes.
our ability to receive. We are givers, and all of our antennas, all
Yes.
of our music is use me and use
Yay.
me till I'm exhausted. So voice
Thank you.
release, which is something that we're presenting through your program as a bonus, is
Yes.
we're going to help you clear and align your voice so you are this bell of truth for profound change.
I
And
love
then when you ask and intend, you will receive.
Yes,
You
I
will.
love it. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
my dear sister.
That's my spiel. Voice release.
Yay, thank you, thank you. I have worked with Jan for years, and she helped me actually release my voice, authority to father. And it was also the money entanglement pieces. So that's why I trust her and I always bring her. She's amazing. So what she was talking about is I am in a process of creating an online program. Many of you I'll be reaching out to some of you or many of you, and to see if it would be something that you'd like to join us. She said yes to coming and doing a whole hour session, a bonus session to help us. I mean, she's gonna actually do the work. So she's so generous and she's so giving, and I just love her. And I'm always aligned with people that come from a place of serving, but yet very comfortable when it comes to receiving money as well, because those two go hand in hand. So we have 10 more minutes. And I just wanted to go quickly over the altar. And then if for those of you who are called to stay a little bit later after we complete this, I would love to see if I could do some soul guidance sessions for some of you who have not experienced it. I want to continue to serve. And also, I also want to let you know, for those of you who really need to leave, because we did honor 11:30, for an hour and a half, please feel free to do so. And maybe you could re-listen to the call afterwards or the replay and you could hear it all. But just quickly, before I move forward, on December 3rd, we are launching my group coaching program. It's called the Soulful Leadership, and how to let go of an old way of being and step into the new way, an old way of doing and step into the new way of being. And again, everything that I shared here, but we're going to dive in deeper, and we're going to do individualize, figure out what your archetype is and what kind of way you could call in why you're stopping in money and why you're letting go of money and why are you not keeping money. One of my issues was I make a lot of money, but it never stays. And so I've been really working on clearing that. So we're going to work also about where you're at, what you're calling, what are you doing next? What are you going to be launching? Like everything and anything in a collective group of 25 to 30 people. But right now, if you're called to learn more and you're excited about it, because I completed working on the sales page, the invitation, I want to call it love letter. It's not a sales page. Please let me know, Sahar, I'm interested in learning more. And I am going to be promoting, I'm going to be calling a lot of you again and sharing, because I would love to have the collective come together and imagine us doing this work together as a community of about 25 to 30 women. It's going to be profound, and I'm getting prepared for it right now. I'm really doing a lot of deep work in order for me to get prepared for this. So I'm really, really excited to share that with you. That's what's coming up next, because again, I'm guided. Also, just to go over the rest of the altar. So the first one is we ask. The second one is we listen. We know we get clues and we get synchronicities and we get coincidences. We get guided sessions. Sometimes your ear might ring. Sometimes all of a sudden you're driving and the license plate in front of you has a specific number. It could be your angel number. Mine is 143. I always see it everywhere. That means angels are with me. Your intuition heightens, as you're listening. So A is for asking, L is for listening. And we're going to do a lot of exercises on how we could listen in together in the community and the group that we'll be doing. And then the third one is take action. Now, to increase, to take action, it's not about, oh, okay, I got a tip that I have to do this program. Of course, you will be taking action, but it's also about increasing your spiritual connection by meditating more, right? By taking action on certain things that are going to be calling in. There's a formula that I've been giving to a lot of people. It's called the key, and where we write statements of what we want. These are called take action. Every morning, every night, I read this Yogananda, and I'll leave it in the comments. Okay, it's called the Scientific Healing Affirmations, and I take action every single morning. I've been doing this for over a year now, since July of last year, since I got this little book. This is about taking action. I'm going to read for you the affirmation of material success that I read 3 to 4 times before I go to bed in the morning. That keeps, and again, that spiritual connection and that intention for spirit is one of the things that I do. And I'm going to show you other methods that I take action on to keep the flow of money coming in. Again, we're going to go more into details with that and in our group coaching program with Soulful Leadership. Let me read this quickly to you. Affirmation for material success. Thou art my father, success and joy. I am thy child, success and joy. All the wealth of this earth, all the riches of the universe belongs to thee, belongs to thee. I am thy child. The wealth of the earth and the universe belongs to me, or belongs to me, belongs to me. I lived in thought of poverty and wrongly fancied I was poor, so I was poor. Now I am home. Thy consciousness had made me wealthy, made me rich. I am successful, I am rich. Thou art my treasure, I am rich, I am rich. Thou art everything, thou art everything, thou art mine. I have everything, I have everything. I'm wealthy, I'm rich. I have everything, I have everything. I possess all and everything, even as thou dost, even as thou dost. I possess everything, I possess everything. Thou art my wealth, I have everything. It's an affirmation that I do. This is what I take action. Another thing that I do is when I'm walking and I see a penny, I take action by doing what? By picking up. Look at all this money, just the past 6 months that I found, right? I can't even show it to you right here. Look at it, all the pennies, they're white, there's quarters, there's pennies. I'm walking around and I'm finding them and I put them in this jar and I say, okay, bless this money, may increase more and more and more. And it has been. These are the things, the steps that take action. I also take action by doing something called the green dot day, where on my calendar, I put a $sign and I call in the income. I put it, I want to generate 15,000 in October. I'm almost there, if not more, right? And I just take action doing these rituals that increase my connection to the flow of energy that will bring in the abundance. It's not just about, just sitting and waiting for it to happen. You have to take action. And again, all of these processes will be, sharing during our time together in December. Also, engaging and implementing. The engaging is when I was guided to do 100 session. What do? I contacted people. I reached out to my community. I stopped posting. I called all my family and my friends, right? I got engaged with people, right? Wherever you are, whatever you do, what kind of people are there to be engaging with whatever vision, whatever it is that you're putting forth out there. And of course, implementing it as well. The most important one, if anything, of all these alter is the receiving, being receptive, being open. And again, you have to do a lot of inner work, just like Jan said, to clear any limiting beliefs, any old limiting beliefs that are no longer serving your highest good, right? It's the fundamental of clearing, fundamental of receiving is to clearing your energy field and to be open to receiving, right? So perhaps some of you might say, you know what, I have a hard time receiving because you are a nurturer and you're a giver. And I've seen a lot of you. And typically the working hard archetype falls into that category of having a challenge of receiving. Can you imagine not being able to receiving and then calling and enrolling somebody or wanting the money to come in, but you're unable to invite them to work with you because your energy of receiving is shut? If you can't receive, you could ask as much as you want. You could listen as much as you want. You could take action. You could get engaged. You could implement. But if you're unable to receive, and so we're going to work on those. And that's where I bring in Jan. We're going to work on clearing those spaces of being open to being receptive. And I have to tell you, that's one of the reasons that I wasn't able to receive money, because that was shut. Why? Because I dove into the collective of the fear of when the news of the pandemic happened. And as soon as I start clearing them and doing and taking action, my little steps, that's when things began to open up. That's when things began to go up. So I heard you, I saw you, I know what it is that you are here to do. I love that you are being guided. Many of you are doing the work out there, but I so badly want this for you. I really, really want this for you. I want you to be able to call in abundance, be connected more to spirit, have clarity about your vision, your purpose, rebirth a new kind of work. Spirit has given me the opportunity to go through these processes the past 6 months in order for me to arrive, have a formula of some sort, have a formula so I'm able to share with you. And it works. It works. It works. And I don't have a funnel. I don't have a big email list. I just surrender and trust and know that I am guided 100%, that everything will align exactly as it should. And I want that for you. I really want each and every one of you to prosper. I want each and every one of you to live your most desired life that you are here on earth. I really want so badly for you that I'm here to continue to serve each and every one of you. This has been such an amazing and incredible session and session with us, session with spirit. A lot of the stuff that came through me today for you is to encourage each and every one of you to know the essence of who you are and know that abundance is out there for you. You just need to ask for it, be grateful, listen, and clear the places where you feel you're not being able to receive, and things will begin to flow. Remember, cleaning the inside in order for the outside to flow. Thank you, each and every one of you, for joining us. Now, for those of you who would like to stay, I welcome you. Thank you, Ronnie. And for those of you who need to leave, I totally understand. And I do want to honor, and I also want my friend Natalia, if she's still here, maybe afterwards to share with us a little bit about her wisdom. Unfortunately, we didn't have a lot of time, but if you choose to stay, I welcome you to stay. And if you choose to need to leave because I want to honor only an hour and a half, and perhaps you could just listen to the replay. All right. Thank you, everybody. Much love to all. Much love to all. Thank you, thank you, thank you.